Hey, Tom, yesterday we talked about all different slang words from the past that we want to bring back.
Yeah, we wanted to wind back the clock, being Wind Back Wednesday, figure out what's some of those old slang words that maybe we could bring back.
Yeah, I mean, there was some crazy ones. What about that lady that rang up and said, gag me with a spoon?
Gag me with a spoon will live in my head rent-free
And
for
I
a
tried-
long time to come.
Tried to give it a whirl yesterday, but, it just doesn't feel right. It's a bit of an odd one, and I haven't heard that before, but we want to sort of change it up a little bit today. Yesterday, we were talking about the slang we want to bring back. Today, we want to ask you, we want to ask the parents, we want to ask the kids, but, if you're a parent out there that has a kid and you're hearing these weird different slang words that your kids are saying, get them to call up. Get your kids to call up and tell us what are those slang words that are happening nowadays that me and Tom would have no idea about. We've been out of school for, 6, 7 years now?
7 years. Yeah,
So-
we're not up to date with the slang, so we're targeting the kids right now. Give us a buzz. We want to hear what slang words are going around the school grounds at the moment. What slang are the kids using, and can you explain it to us?
See, I wonder even with the kids that young if they're using slay, things like that.
Yeah, Riz.
I mean,
Riz is a big one, meaning you have charisma.
I feel like that's even still our kind of generation or a few years younger. What are some words that me and Tom would have no idea about?
Unfortunately, some of the kids did not want to share the slang with us. They didn't want to give us the meanings.
Maybe it's too secret. It is top secret. We're out of the age demographic now, Tom, where these old guys can't know the slang, so I don't know.
To use some of our slang, Callum, bull honky. Give us a buzz now. If you are a kid and you know some of the latest slang, give us a buzz on 1300 737374. But Callum, if they don't call up, I have found an article teaching us some of the latest slang.
Hey, I do love this. The kids have barricaded us from knowing the slang, but we've found your little secret.
Yeah.
We've found it all, so let's get into it. Let's uncover the secret slang.
This is from a classroom over in America, so I'm not sure if all the slang is the same, but I'm sure with TikTok these days, every country's slang is pretty well similar.
Sure, it transfers between all the countries.
Yeah, so here's one of the slang. It's, you ate that up.
Right.
What do you think that might mean?
I would
You
say
ate that up.
I would say a really good thing. You accomplished something well. Hey, you did a good skateboard trick. You ate that up.
Hey, I got to give you one of these. It means you successfully did something or you pulled it off.
Right, yeah, cool. Knowing Americans, that could actually mean you ate something up. And it was quite a lot of food. So I'm glad I got that correct. It was one of the two.
Hey, next one, gang gang.
Gang gang.
I mean, this is one that's said quite often. I feel like it's been around for a little bit. Gang gang.
We have gang gang over here. It's a hard
Yeah.
one to explain. Just,
Is
I don't
it?
know. It is just gang gang, right?
Nah, it means I'm with you. It means
yeah.
like we're together.
Yeah,
gang
yeah,
gang.
I agree.
Yeah, yeah. Right, you might not know this one. Ski yee.
Ski yee?
What do you think ski yee means?
Wow, this is actually a new one I haven't heard before. Let's go with debatable. You're not fully disagreeing with someone, but it's ski. You're like, I'm a little bit on the fence on that one.
Nah, ski yee is when, according to Google, when you see a cute girl or you're trying to holler at somebody.
Right, yeah, so that's the new cat call. That's yell out ski yee.
Ski yee. Hey, we've got some people on the line now, some kids to teach us the youthful slangs. We've got Italika from Seacliff. Good morning, Italika. How you going? Great name.
Thank you very much. I'm named after Metallica.
Awesome. That is
That's
very
awesome.
cool. Now,
That is
Italika, what's your slang word?
Eshay, like you're such an eshay.
Eshay, yeah. See,
Can you
eshay's-
explain an eshay to us?
So it's kind of like someone who's trying to be like a little hardcore gangster,
Right, but they're not.
And so like they dress up in Nike and they try to be all tough, but everyone kind of makes fun of them and it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Yeah, so
okay. And
Italika-
they hang out a lot down Rundle Mall, I think.
Yeah, they go like Rundle Mall, Westlake, or like Marion, and they all walk around in groups, hitting on girls.
Tom's
Just trying to be cool.
Tom's saying I think, but we all know he's down by the balls in Adidas trackies, chewing gum, spitting it on the floor.
Hey, Italika, have you ever been an eshay or involved with the eshay group?
Sadly I have.
Yeah, I feel like everyone does once in their time.
Everyone's been through a phase. It's all right, Italika. Hey, let's go to Reese in Renown Park. Reese, can you teach us some of the youthful slang going around at the moment?
Mate, I reckon Riz
Riz.
is definitely one that's being used a lot. Like charisma. That's what I reckon it means.
Reese, do you have Riz?
You know, you riz up someone. Yeah, 100%. My name's Reese. Riz, you know, it just goes together, you know?
Wait,
Rizzy Reese.
So do you use Riz as a bit of a nickname sometimes? Like, would you ever introduce yourself purely as, hey, I'm Riz?
I mean, you've given me the idea now, but I haven't thought of that myself, nah.
Well, give it a crack this weekend and then come back to us next week on the show and tell us how it went down.
Yeah, no, got to trial it out, 100%.
Hey, Reese, have you got any other slang words for us?
Gat.
Yeah, what was
And
that
that's
one?
like, a gat.
Gat.
That's like TikTok nonsense, but it's like a chick's bum, I reckon.
Right, okay. And how often are you using that? Just as much as Riz? Does it go hand in
only on
hand?
occasion, you know?
Good on you, Reese.
Hey, Izzy, in North Park, can you wrap us up? What is the slang you are using?
Me and my friends say mums.
Mums.
All right, what does mums mean? I've never heard of this one.
Basically, it means, like, if we think you're not telling the truth about something, we'll say, like, we'll tell them to say mums. And if they say it back, then it means they're not lying.
Oh, all right. Cool. I think
So-
I have heard a variation of this. I've heard someone say on my mama before,
Yeah.
and I thought, is that person okay?
So,
Imagine
Yeah,
being at
it's
the...
basically like swearing on my mum's life.
So, Izzy, you and your mates, you're at the pub, you're sitting round table, and then one by one, sort of like seagulls, you all start going, mums, mums, mums.
Yeah, like from Finding Nemo.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
Okay.
what I'm getting.
so if I were to say, oh, I have a six-pack,
Mums.
and then I would say,
Izzy,
mum's
it's
back.
mums.
I'm lying.
We have to head over to Victoria for this next one.
Good God.
Yeah, I know. They do things differently over there. We knew that they said the word palmy wrong, calling it a palmer.
Yeah.
But apparently they do a few other things a bit differently to us as well, because a Virgin flight was caused to return to the airport after a Melbourne man was accused of running down the aisle and knocking down a flight attendant naked.
Wow.
Shame.
Yeah.
Shame.
Yeah, I don't know what this
Man
guy was thinking.
He's really not a fan of the aeroplane jelly. Just
Yeah.
the menu must have been so bad, had to cause a disturbance.
Well, yeah, I don't know what he was thinking, but yes, he's ran up and down this aisle, completely starkers, and then they had to turn around, return back to the Perth airport where AFP officers were waiting for him. He's been arrested, and there's been not much else on it since being arrested. I wonder if did they arrest him in the nude?
Well, I
Or-
was literally going to ask that. It's one of those ones I always wonder when someone gets arrested for streaking, and especially close confines like a plane. Do they just wrap a bunch of alfoil around them, or do they make them put the clothes back on? Because I guess you don't have to. You're already nude. Everyone's already seen it. You don't really have to put the clothes back on.
Well, they'd have to ferry him through the airport where a bunch of new people are going to see him. But they say in the article it's not clear how or where on the plane this passenger removed his clothes. So no one knows where he took his clothes off. No one knows where his clothes currently
God,
are.
you'd hope he had an aisle seat as well and not in between someone or on the window.
On the window, excuse me.
Excuse me? All of a sudden you got his pants draped on your legs and you're like,
What
what,
the
hell
hell
is
are you
that?
doing?
Take your eye mask off. You've got a whole bundle of clothes on your lap. A naked man sitting next to you.
I don't know what it is about nudie runs, but they're just something different, aren't they? Have you ever done a nudie run?
I've done like a little streak, but nothing crazy. Nothing in public.
No.
Like
no.
at a house party, maybe into a pool or something, but
Yeah.
nothing insane.
Yeah, I've done a couple nudie runs. Nothing in public either, except for in front of a bunch of people, but not like randoms or strangers.
No, everyone was, willing to see it.
Yeah,
and
there's-
it's always a bit of a cover up. It's nothing,
I don't know
too
what
starkers.
it is, but something about sporting clubs. There's a big culture of doing nudie runs at sporting clubs.
Yeah.
So at footy, I've done my fair share of nudie runs.
When you were joining that frat party in America too, there was a paddling, there was a hazing. There's a few times I've done it.
Hey, I want to throw out to the text line 0428 927 927. Is there anyone out there that's done a nudie run? Got a bit of a story for us?
I mean, I'm curious what we're going to get. Obviously, we don't condone the illegal, doing it in front of random people
No,
and
don't
stuff
go
like
down
that.
Rundle Mall.
No, but if you've done it in front of a few mates, I mean, what's the story? We don't know. We don't know the world of nudists. I don't know what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Just call up if you've done it and we'll sort out whether it's appropriate or not.
Chuck us a text now, 0428 927 927. Have you done a nudie run, Adelaide? What happened when you did the nudie run? We'd love to hear all about it.
We get someone right from the jail cell on one of the phones.
The Melbourne guy. Yeah, boys, I'll tell you what happened. My clothes are still on that plane.
Yeah.
Callum, a friend of mine is doing up their kitchen at the moment.
Yep.
And we've talked about renovations on the show before and how slow they can be and how some people take years and years and years. And especially with the current cost of things, this process of them doing up their kitchen is going very, very slowly.
Sure. Yeah.
They're currently in the tiling process.
Hello.
And sorry, I had to. We're talking about tiles. How could I not?
Sends a shiver down your spine.
Hello.
God, what a man. What a man.
But you are right though. I mean, tiling is the part where I feel like tiling almost becomes one of the more mundane tasks where you have to be very finicky, very particular. It can cost a lot of money. There's a lot of time and effort put into the tiling.
That's the thing. I didn't realise how expensive tiles actually are, but they were thrown a bone the other day. I mean, the only way it can be described is an act of God, because when they went to buy their tiles, they were getting about $1,000 worth. I think it was just a bit over. And as they're leaving, they're checking their receipt. They left out a zero.
Really?
So they
Whole
got
zero?
They got their tiles that they were meant to spend about $1,000 on for $100.
Yeah. One of those classic ones. The people, I'm sure, look at the receipt. You try not to scream out loud.
Yeah.
Try not to shake. Try
Just
not
get
to
in the
shake your,
car.
shake your hands too much. And it's just running out to the car park, trying to hop in and zoom away.
How good is that though? I mean, especially in the current climate. I mean, sucks for the people working there, obviously, but throwing a bone.
Frank Walker is chasing down their car down the highway. Dude's got superhuman speed.
What I want to do, Callum, is I want to open up the phone lines here to Adelaide, and I want to know, what were you undercharged for?
Yeah, I mean, was it as good as a whole zero? That's what you can hope for, a whole zero.
Of course, you can stay completely anonymous. What were you undercharged for? Was it as something big as this, or was it just you went to go get some, Macca's or KFC and they charged you for the wrong thing, you got it cheap?
Yeah, I've definitely had it at a restaurant before. Nothing too extravagant, but, maybe you had 6 beers they've knocked off
All right.
between other people, between others, but, they've only charged for 2 or something, right? So things like that. It could be small, could be big. Was it a restaurant? Was it for renovations? Who knows?
Yeah, I've had a bottle of wine left off my dinner before.
How good?
Yeah, it was actually very handy.
Was it a bottle of Grange?
Hey, we've got Sahil in Dernancourt on the line. Sahil, good morning. How you going, mate?
We're going pretty good.
Yeah, good
How about
stuff.
you?
Yeah, very well, thank you. Now, hey, what were you undercharged for?
So my mum used to, my parents used to have a petrol station.
Yeah.
One time there was a guy with a truck, and he filled up a truck, so as you can expect, the price tag would have been pretty big.
Yeah.
And he was meant to be charged $400, but my mum accidentally charged him $40.
40
$40.
Jeez, getting away with a bit. And the truck driver didn't come back and try and pay the rest off. They just flew off into the sunset, or?
So we lived in a small town then, so we knew them. So,
Oh, okay.
Easy to track
Yeah.
down.
Yeah. Hey, it would have been nice for those 5 minutes,
Yeah.
though. Good on you, Sahil. Thanks for getting involved.
Hey, Janelle in Morpeth Vale, what were you undercharged?
Yeah, so I've just gone to pay for my electricity bill down at the post office before you use the BPay sort of thing these days.
Yep.
And I've just gone in and gone, oh, look, I'd just like to chuck $70 on this bill, and I've given him cash.
Yep.
And he's actually put $700 into the system.
Oh,
so my bill
wow.
was literally paid completely off.
Oh,
Jeez.
how good is that? Janelle, that's an
And
act
it was
of
in
God.
credit too.
Wow. Was that one of those, how did you keep that a bit of a secret? Did you try and hide how excited you were, or?
Well, no, it wasn't until I walked out and I checked the bill and was trying to work out how much I still had to pay off of it, and I was like, hold up, this receipt says $700, not $70.
Yeah.
So,
And
yeah, and then I was like, all right, I'm never going back in there again. I'll just use BPay now.
All of a sudden, you're faster than Usain Bolt out of there.
Good on you, Janelle. Hey, let's wrap things up with Ben in Murray Bridge. Ben, good morning, mate. What were you undercharged for?
Morning, fellas. Yeah, going over 10 years ago, we had solar panels installed.
Yeah.
And a couple of months went by. We checked our account. They're not taking money out of our account. And I looked the company up to see if we could rectify that, and the company, it obviously went bust. They disappeared.
Right.
Oh, so you didn't have to pay at all?
Yeah. Didn't have to pay at all. Yeah, they just scored a free set of solar panels.
That's a huge win. Ben, do you know how much it was roughly going to cost you?
This was over 10 years ago. So I can't remember exactly, but it would have been over a couple of grand.
Yeah, far out. So, that's not bad at all.
Was a good windfall for the family, yeah. And the statute of limitations had expired a while ago. So
right, so
if the company ever did come back and
out of that boundary, you don't have to pay anything. Yeah. That's a weird loophole, isn't it?
Yeah, how good is that? That's the one time you'd hope a company's going bust when you owe them a lot of money. Callum, we need to talk about the bartenders in the world because there's so many codes in bars and restaurants, right?
Sure.
You know, probably the most common one you hear is the 86. 86 that, which means get rid of it.
Right.
Take it off the menu completely. Just cut it.
Yeah, awesome. Didn't know that.
Oh, there you go. So you learn something new every day. I'm about to teach you some more codes, number codes that you can use in your day-to-day life, Callum, and I think you might.
I've had a look at these codes, a few of them, and I think ball honky on some of them. Some of them seem unbelievable. I don't know who wrote it, but let's get into it. I'd be curious if they actually are factual.
Yes, we've managed to get our grubby little hands on this list of secret codes bartenders use to find people attractive.
Find it from the internet, or did you go behind a bar and sift through their important documents?
Hey, I've been researching this for years.
Went undercover in an Italian restaurant with a big moustache and grabbed it from their files.
Bumpity boop.
Yeah, I've got you sorted, mate.
So, no, here are some of the codes. So, if you hear a bartender say 699 or 699, then it means that someone they found, someone that they found attractive was at the bar.
Yeah, okay.
But then if you hear them bump it up to 700... that meant that they think you're probably the hottest person in the building.
Wow, okay. Yeah, so if you've heard 700 around the place, don't be misinformed. You're the hottest person in that place.
Now, this is from a Reddit thread, so there was a bunch of people adding their bits and bobs and giving their opinion, and there was one person that explained what this actually meant.
Someone's like, whoa, I thought 700 was repulsive. I've completely ruined the system.
Oh, God.
I made some bad calls.
No, so to offer a bit of an explanation on these codes, one person on Reddit, this bartender's chipped in saying that the first and last numbers were rating a customer's face and body.
Yeah.
And then the middle number would be a 1 or a 0. So if you were like a 919, that's like the highest possible rating you could get.
Okay, interesting. There you go.
Yeah, so... but then the number in the middle, it could be a 1 or a 0. A 1 in the middle would mean the bartender fancied you, while a 0 meant they didn't.
Okay, so they could
919 is the best.
Yeah.
909 would be, good looking, but not
but
for
not
me.
for you. So you're saying, hey, look, guys, attractive person at the bar, I'm taken, I'm married, someone else have a crack.
Yeah. But it doesn't stop there, because on this Reddit thread, I scrolled a little further down. I found someone who chipped in who works at Macca's, and they've got a code as well.
Was it the same one?
Nah. So there, at Macca's, you can only cook 8 burgers at a time. So if someone said cheese on 9, that meant attractive customer. Cheese on 9.
It's too confusing. Tom, as a lot of the Fresh fam would have heard, we have our 26th birthday for Fresh on June 8th at Lion Arts Factory. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be electrifying. It's going to be great, so get your tickets.
Yeah, head to moshchicks.com.au to secure your tickets now. Final release almost sold out.
But one big part about this is that Mashed and Kutcher, the dynamic DJ duo, are going to be performing there.
Yeah, it's going to be huge. We cannot wait for this night, June 8th.
And it's pretty cool. I mean, it's one of the bigger Fresh events we've had, and with supporting such a big act who does lots of national shows, things like that. They've just been to Darwin and stuff like that. They have a green room. So they have a room at the back of the Lion Arts Factory that before they get on stage, before they do their DJing, they get to sit down, have a few drinks, have some food, and pretty much chill out before their big show.
Now, most artists, they always send in a couple requests of things that they want in their green room ready for them so they feel comfortable, because it does have to be sort of treated like a home away from home.
Sure, I guess it is a bit daunting to go out on stage in a new place that's a bit foreign to you, so just you want to be eased into it. You want to be familiar with, the drinks that you like, the food that you like, and any other extra weird things that might make you feel more comforted.
Absolutely.
So it's funny, though, because we've asked, to Mash and Kutcher, what do you guys want in the green room? And it's nothing too out of the ordinary. They've said a few drinks, stuff like that. The one that made us laugh was they turned around and they said, look, we just really need some sandwiches in the back.
Yeah. Sandwiches or hot food?
Hot food, yeah. So, and then we're all scrounging our brains here at Fresh, being like, well, what do we do? What hot food do we get? Do we get a gyros? Do we just get a gyros from around the corner on Highway Street? Is that good enough? So,
Here you go, boys. A couple of gyroses. What, one AB to share?
Yeah, from a 1 a.m. shop on Highway Street.
You boys like Australian Pizza House?
Yeah. So we're trying to wrap our brains. What do we get them? And, we've locked down the sandwiches.
Yeah.
We're getting them some of that. But it made us think, what are the sort of things that artists love having in their green room that is a bit peculiar?
Yeah, we did look up a bit of a list. We've got quite a few different celebrities, but one that really stood out to me is Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
So Kevin Hart apparently, before his comedy sets on stage, in his green room, he asked for 5 girls that have to be athletic and they have to be there an hour before and leave an hour after.
Yeah, specific request.
Yeah, and I was thinking, where the hell do you how do you make a request like that? Where are you going? Are you just going to the gym and being like, hey, girls, do you want to meet Kevin Hart?
It's a ballsy request, but I do.
So weird.
I do actually have an answer for you based on one of my mates' stories here in Adelaide.
Right.
So one of my mates, actually, he's friends with an exotic dancer.
Okay.
And when The Weeknd was in town here in Adelaide a few years back, she was actually picked. So The Weeknd from heaps of big songs.
Yeah.
And she was picked pretty much from the club. Some guy walked in, the manager, and said, you, do you want to come back to this hotel with The Weeknd? They all said yes.
Yeah, amazing.
So that's how the selection process usually goes down. But funny side story about that, The Weeknd's really short. He's a really short guy.
Okay.
And
I wouldn't have picked that.
Nah, and the exotic dancer friend was getting a beer out of the fridge, and he is so short that when she opened up the fridge door, it whacked The Weeknd in the face. I can feel my face when I'm with you. He was standing right behind her.
So that's how he got the inspiration for this song.
From some little hotel in Adelaide where some dancer whacked him in the face. He copped it.
We want to open up the phone lines here, Adelaide. What would you have in your green room if you could have absolutely anything? But we did some research in between and we found this list of celebrities and some of the crazier requests that they've asked for. One here, Selena Gomez, during her 2014 breakup with Justin Bieber, she said that no one she worked with could go by the name Justin. And apparently quite a few of the crew members had that name. So they had to go, they had to change their name basically if they were around Selena. They couldn't be Justin.
Switch it up. I like this one here. Rihanna as well wants a large fur rug. Joe Jonas hasn't received it yet, but wants 12 puppies. They can just play around with before the show. So a bunch of different weird ones that you'd have in your green room. But yes, it made us ask,
would you want 12 puppies?
I guess puppies make you happy, I guess. You just play around with them beforehand.
Yeah, hey, we're getting plenty of texts come through. Somebody's texted in saying beef jerky and chamomile. Okay.
Right.
I
do like beef jerky.
It wouldn't have been my first thought, but I'd actually, I'm
love a bit of beef jerky.
I'd join you in the green room.
A lot of their artists, though, go for the really fancy foods and things like that in their green room. So it is interesting that someone else on the text line as well said nachos, sour straps, and a pool table, unlimited Coke Zero as well from McDonald's.
Okay.
Hey, the perfect kind of Coke, right? Straight from the machine.
They're not the only person to ask for Coke from McDonald's. Another text here, I want a bull pit, unlimited post-mix Coca-Cola from McDonald's, and a Mexican hat that you can eat nachos from. It's basically the same text. Jeez.
Should link up, do a duo show together, share the green room.
Yeah. I mean, they'll just have to join forces with the sour straps in the bull pit, but other than that...
They'll have to compromise on the sour straps.
Hey, we've got Alex from Clovelly Park on the line. Alex, good morning, mate. What would you be having in your green room?
I think if I'm about to perform a show, I want a full-length mirror and the Infinity Gauntlet from Avengers.
The Infinity
Gauntlet. To kind of hype myself up.
So, Alex,
and a full-length mirror.
Is the full-length mirror to check yourself out with the Infinity Gauntlet on?
Yeah, to give myself confidence if I'm about to go out and DJ. I want to feel like I'm in charge of the universe.
Would you be a bit of a diva if it was only a 3/4 length mirror, like your ankles are cut off? Would that be not allowed?
No, definitely not. I've got to see my cool kicks, whatever shoes I'm wearing.
Alex, as you're pumping yourself up, is it just you and just the Infinity Gauntlet in this mirror? Is there anything else going on?
No, I don't want to. Well, probably clothes are debatable.
Yeah,
probably wearing clothes.
That's what I was getting at.
Did I mention I'm in underpants? You got
Good on you,
Sunshine in Murray Bridge. Tell us, Sunshine, what are you having in your green room?
Morning, fellas. Morning.
G'day.
I would go around and find Adelaide's finest impersonators, get Elvis in there, a bit of Roy Orbison, hang out with some Mazza Munro, and try and invoke that kind of let's go out and DJ spirit.
Wow.
Yeah, right. Okay, so
With
Sunshine.
a few Sambucas, of course.
Yeah.
Of course,
Get
yeah.
Marilyn
So-
place.
You want
Yeah.
your own personal private show before you go out and do the show?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
It's,
Slam a few,
It's great. I mean,
wind up.
So you're not thinking about any food, anything like that. Let's just get some Elvis impersonator, have a good time, and
And
then
some
they'll
Sambuca.
set you up.
Oh, mate, that would be the fuel for my soul. I would just go out and hit the decks and let it rip.
Hey, Sunshine, we got a family pass to the brand new Garfield movie coming your way.
Hey. Oh, the kids will be right, boys. Thank you.
Cheers,
Good
Sunshine.
on you, Sunshine. Thanks for getting involved. Hey, keep letting us know on the text line 0428 927 927. What would you like in your green room, Adelaide?
Someone's just texted in. Great one. Nuggets.
Nuggets.
Dino nuggets in
Dino
particular.
nu-
Dinosaur-shaped nuggets. The best kind.
Absolutely. Can I get in that green room?
Yeah. Tom, right now we're talking about hacking.
Yes.
And I mean, even in, I feel like different eras, you get a different sort of hacking incident. You had your Trojan virus back in the day.
We had the Optus one
Recently, yeah, in our timeline had Optus being hacked, but a new one has come to surface that's really current right now, and it's Ticketmaster being hacked.
Okay. What are the hackers doing? Are they affecting customers? Are they taking tickets off?
So pretty much it's a hacking group called Shiny Hunters, and they have hacked into about 560 million customers
Whoa.
through Ticket Tech.
Over 500 million of their customers
Heaps.
have been affected.
So this is about 1.3 terabytes of data from 560 million users. And this includes things like postal addresses, email addresses,
Right.
phone numbers, ticket sales, and event details. So it's all of these big bits of information, ID information that they could further use to, I guess, corrupt the system and steal money.
Is there like credit card information as well
Sure.
they have?
Yeah, it would be because
right.
Ticketmaster is linked into your bank accounts and stuff like
Jeez,
that. So
that's huge. That's 560 million people.
it's pretty huge.
Far out.
And you consider how big it is. What I find funny about this, though, Tom, is that it's come out
we
with
go.
what the hackers have said they are doing for ransom. And they're saying, we've got a figure here. We've got a bunch of money that we want, a specific amount that if somebody gives it to us, we'll give back the information. So it doesn't even have to be Ticket Tech or whatever to, Ticketmaster, to give the money back. They just said, if we get this particular amount of money, we'll give the information back.
Yeah, right. I mean, how much are they asking for? Like 500 million? Like $1 million for each customer? What are we
there's
talking?
$500,000. $500,000.
500,000.
Child's play.
I was gonna look. I don't want to.
$500,000. I don't want to egg them on.
I don't want to. Shit on them at all. But $500,000 seems like a bit of a deal for if they've got 560 million of their customers.
Yeah.
They've got all their personal information. $500,000 seems like Ticketmaster. Just pay that.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
obviously get the police involved. Let's find these hackers. Absolutely shut this down. But yeah, 500,000.
It's not much.
It doesn't seem like a lot in the grand scheme of things. I don't know how Ticketmaster are going, though. Like, maybe they're struggling as well. Maybe that's out of reach for them.
I
but
still think $500,000 is probably all right. It reminds
for the
me
amount of people they're affecting, it seems like on the lower end.
Yeah. And it reminds me of that scene in Austin Powers where Dr. Evil goes forward in time and he threatens a bunch of people and he says, I want $1 million, because back in his time, that was a lot of money. And then they all laugh him out the room. They're like, $1 million, that's nothing. That's exactly what reminds me of with this, where they're saying, we want $500,000. Everyone's laughing at these hackers now. once again, not to egg them on and have them turn around and be like, thanks to Tom and Callum, we boosted it up to $1 billion we want.
Yeah. Oh, that would be bad PR for us.
Stay at 500. That's great. But I'm just saying, probably could have asked for more.
Look, if you do have a Ticketmaster account, just maybe go check it. Maybe check if you are one of these 560 million people being affected. It's a huge amount of people and a lot of personal information going out there. It's obviously very serious, but hopefully they catch this hacking group, the Shining Hunters, and hopefully before that, someone pays off this ransom of 500,000.
Hopefully they get their pocket money and we can be done with all of this.
Stop egging them on.